Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Don't assume a beautiful woman has a man. You know what? A couple weeks ago, I was doing some videos talking about like many beautiful women are lonely and some other stuff. And, of course you get some guys, no, they got a man, they always got a man, they got a bunch of men. Do you know that about a particular beautiful woman? Even the ones online, do you know a bunch of guys are hitting them up? I personally know some very beautiful young ladies on IG. And I see their pics and stuff, and they don't be having no like crazy stuff on there. They just have it regular, but I check how many people like their stuff. They be getting very few likes. So first of all, don't make that assumption. I don't care how, look. Here's the thing. I don't care how beautiful the woman is, she might or might not have anybody. Shoot, think about all these women be going on some of these reality shows and stuff. Love Island, F-Boy Island, Too Hot to Handle. You don't think the producers and people doing background checks, apparently they don't have anybody. It'd be mostly the men who'll come on there already have a girlfriend or something, but not necessarily the woman. See, just because someone is beautiful, you don't know what her situation is. Now, let me bring some other stuff in. Like I constantly talk about this very beautiful young friend of mine. But you got to worship your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ to even get a chance with her. To even get a chance. In fact, I always had fun with her, say she's gonna marry a Muslim. She say, Rom, stop playing. Seriously, you don't know her situation. I knew another beautiful woman. She was it was a religious thing too. She was like a traditional Catholic, one of those type of Catholics that don't even believe in contraceptives. She wasn't messing with a lot of guys because she knew she messed with any guy she messed with, she in a relationship with, the possibility of pregnancy was there. Definitely anti-abortion, anti-condoms and everything. So she had to be extremely picky about who she was going to deal with. And she was gorgeous. You don't know what's going on with the woman. You don't know what her religion is, her subculture is, her social class, her environment. And because contrary to popular belief, even though a beautiful woman get a bunch of guys going for them, you don't know what their choices are. Shoot, I needed to say this during that beautiful women are lonely thing. You don't know who she looking for. Shoot, the beautiful women get into the select, non-select thing too. Shoot, they the main ones that actually influence it, really. So if a woman, she might have 100 guys trying to like giving her attention, but she only going to see like 5 of them. Let's just be real, especially in these times. She's only going to notice 5 of them. I've talked to a lot of very beautiful women. A lot of them. They ain't trying to get with every guy just because a guy giving them some attention. And if they have, and let's be real, let's use that 5 out of 100 man scenario again. She still, even though she checking out 5 of them, that don't mean they going to click. She might talk to 3 of them and, they were fine until they open their mouth. The other 2, one is like, okay, you ain't that fine to me. So she's still left with 1, but then you don't know where that'll go. They might go on a couple dates and still be like, the click's just not there. Seriously. And my point with all of that is, see, a lot of guys reject themselves. Earlier this week, I was talking about rejection. A lot of guys reject themselves. They see that beautiful woman. Oh, she must have a boyfriend. Oh, she got a man. Oh, she got all these guys. Oh, all these guys in her inbox. First of all, you don't know what's up. She might not be on social media. She might not be on social media like that. That's one. I know a few. They actually deleted their social media accounts. Women do that a lot. Young girls do that a lot if they get too much of a problem. So you can't say, oh, well, she got just because a bunch of guys hitting her up. And then you don't know where she hanging. What environment is she in? Is she in some little small town? Even if she in a major city, does she go out like that? Seriously. You don't know. You don't know. But see, guys will see that, and instead of approaching, they'll say, nah, she don't want a man like me. And nah, I'm ugly. I'm too short, even though they might be like 5'11". Or even if they are, let's say they have a short stature. They don't know what that girl likes until they say something. You don't know. See, here's the thing. When you assume, you take yourself out of the game. You take yourself out of the game. She didn't take you out. You don't know what she would have said. She could have been checking you out regardless of what you think of yourself. Because you know what? You don't know what she likes. You could be exactly what she likes. Exactly. Your personalities could click. But how you going to know? You're not talking to her. You're assuming she already got a guy. And I'm not saying this lightly. A third of my consultation clients are women. Young girls. You know? Young. You know, 20s, young 20s and everything. A third of them. A third of my, I got women, usually the age range for the women who be talking to me, want a consultation or something, usually like early 20s to, I say about mid 30s. And I'll be looking at them and say, either they don't have a man or they got just one that they trying to get with. Seriously, you know, they got, you know, it's not like they got a harem. The ones now, and those are real beautiful ones, the ones who might have a couple, they, even by their own standards, they'll just say, well, they average looking. And they might have a guy. They having some trouble. They still having some trouble. But we talking about those beautiful women, everybody checking out. Like I said, and you know, some people will doubt that. And I would say to them, how many have you actually talked to? How many like talk to? Like actually had a conversation with? You know? Actually had a conversation with. Like I was talking with a young friend of mine the other day. She about to start college. I said, yeah, hit me up. You need some, you know, advice or anything. Cause she real cool. She got a genuine heart. She wasn't like, oh, well, you know, I got a boyfriend. I ain't worried about these guys. She was like, okay, I definitely will. But some guys assume, oh, she got somebody. Don't assume. Now, it ain't to say she ain't gonna have somebody, but how you gonna know? You not approaching. You not talking. You gotta shoot your shot, at least to find out. And yeah, she might reject you. She might say, no, I got somebody. Okay, but don't assume. See, I've seen this for years. This ain't something new. I've seen this for years. Like I never forget when I was at this, it was a seminar based on my book. They were going over the book and it was some young black professionals. So these weren't just some bums off the street or anything like that. And it annoyed me because you had women on one side, men on the other. And this was, what was this? 2001, 2002 in that area. I think it might have been very early 2002. Very early. In fact, it was the event that inspired me to write my second major book, Sexual Chemistry, Nice Guys and Players Level 2, because they had no idea about Mr. Goodbar. But it struck me that you had all these women here and the guys on the other side, you know, because a lot of guys, they hurting themselves. See, here's the bottom line. You don't know until you shoot your shot. You don't know what that woman like. Don't go by what, even when I'm talking about body game, you don't know what body type that woman like. You don't know what facial features she like. You don't know what personality she like. You might be exactly what she's looking for. Everything you present, that might be your future wife right there. Or at least a woman who wants to deal with you. But don't make that assumption that, oh, she's beautiful, she wouldn't want me. That's your self-esteem. See, a big problem with many men is how they feel about themselves. It ain't the woman. You gotta love yourself. If you love yourself, you know you got something to offer. Shoot, like, you just go talk to her. Make her reject you. Because here's the thing, if you see a beautiful woman, like even me, I'm known for that, being big on approaches, but I've always said, even in my book, Nice Guys and Players, I say, if you see that very beautiful woman, and especially if you don't think you'll see her around again, approach. It's better you shoot your shot instead of be thinking about her like 5 weeks later or a year later, 2 years later, you know? Especially if she had that type of beauty. I remember when I was out in San Diego, first time in recent years I went out to San Diego. Me and my buddy Shofar, we were like coming off the beach and we were walking up these steps and there was this gorgeous young lady. We still talk about it to the day. She just had it. She was on some other level stuff. And she was actually acting receptive. She was actually acting receptive too. So, you know, and you think about it, it's like, damn, one of us should have stopped and talked to her. You know, don't have that situation, okay? Don't have that situation. So anyway, don't assume a beautiful woman has a man. Let her tell you she has a man. It's better she tells you. Don't assume. Don't assume, I don't care how beautiful she is, a bunch of guys are trying to hit on her or, well, not even hit on her, whether they hit on her or not, that she actually entertains them. Because like I said, they got select and non-select category too. Shit. And just because a bunch of guys hit on them, most of the guys are probably non-select them. And then the select guys, a typical select guy got options anyway, so she might be gorgeous, but he got a gorgeous girlfriend anyway. What do he need to talk to her for? Because all select men ain't trying to be players anyway. So it's like, you don't know what her situation is. And that's one thing, man. We got to understand that. That's just a reality out here. And I know guys have seen it because people are talking 80-20. So shoot, a beautiful woman probably got 90-10. Seriously, if we're going to use that number. So don't assume she's getting with any of that 10% that she actually wants. Don't assume it. Because that type of guy, typically, unless he is in a position to, like an average guy, because I did a video on that, unless he's one of those average guys who can get in there and get the right type, you know, catch her. And there's a possibility depending on the social circle, but let's just be real. A lot of times, she don't have anybody hollering at her, all right? So, or she ain't connecting with anybody, I'll put it like that. Don't assume. She might have somebody, she might not. Don't hurt yourself. Go find out. You might have a beautiful woman on your arms, all right? So anyway, that's all I got for today. Get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.